Hello everyone! In today's video, we are going to learn about the topic simplifying words and sentences. When we talk about simplifying groups of words and sentences, we mean that we have to avoid wordiness and repetition. For example, here we have a wordy sentence. Let's see. In the early part of the month of August, a hurricane was moving threateningly toward Houston. Here, you can see that this sentence is a wordy sentence. Let's go to the revised version. In early August, a hurricane threatening Houston. Here, we have a wordy sentence because we have unnecessary words. In the second example, we find repetition. Let's read. This interesting instructor knows how to make an uninteresting subject interesting. As you can see here, we have too many times the word interesting, and in this case, uninteresting. This makes a confusion in our sentence. Let's see the revised version. This instructor knows how to make a dull subject interesting. After analyzing those sentences that were one was wordy and the other one has a problem with repetition, we have to know how can we simplify sentences in a correct way. For example, we can keep our sentences fairly short, as in this example. Also, we can choose one main idea, and we can divide long sentences into short sentences. And also, we can cut unnecessary words, as in this example, because we have too many times interesting. And also, use linking words and punctuation.
Okay, we're going to continue to this topic, and we are going to study something that is really important in order to avoid the wordiness of needless repetition. For example, we have avoid tautology. So, what is tautology? Tautology is when we repeat the same words. For example, in order to introduce what tautology is, I'm going to read an example. Here we have a wordy sentence that says each writer has distinctive style, and he or she uses this on his or her own words. So, this sounds really weird. So in order to simplify the sentence, we can use a concise sentence. And we have each writer has a distinctive style. So it is pretty simple in order to avoid tautology. We are going to continue explaining this. Okay, we are going to continue. We're going to see some wordy sentences. So the first one says, the evening sunset was beautiful. What's the problem in the sentence? So that we are repeating words. For example, the sunset, we already know that occurs in the evening. So in the other sentence we have, I know it is true because I heard it with my own ears. So it is really obvious that you hear something that someone else says with your ears. So that's why this is unnecessary. And the last one says the storm hit at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So we already know that 2 p.m. is in the afternoon. So that's why those words are needless. So how can we make concise these sentences? Pretty simple. We have the first one that says the sunset was beautiful. Just that. And we are going to revise the second one, and we have I know it because I heard it. Pretty simple. And the last one, the storm hit at 2 p.m. So if you want to avoid wordiness, you have to also avoid the repetition of the words. And if you repeat too many words that mean the same, you are using tautology. So you have to avoid this.
Well, hello. Besides tautology, we have also the problem that sometimes we use many words in a sentence, so that we have to omit that. And here I have this example. the wordy sentence is. These were theories which were, in a sense, concerned with politics. As you can see, we have this sentence so wordy because there are words that we can omit to understand this message. For example, we have this adjective clause. We have here an adjective clause, a relative pronoun that is introduced in an adjective clause that at some point is unnecessary. And also we have here this expression that makes the sentence so longer. So the concise version is, these were political theories. As you can see, we reduce all of these words in only 1 to 4 words. So it is important that you omit unnecessary words. Now, here we have another wordy sentence, that is, the stories written by Carson McCullers are different from those composed by Flannery O'Connor. And we have the concise sentence, that is, Carson McCullers' stories are different from Flannery O'Connor's. As you can see here, we omit this part of the sentence. And here we have the concise sentence, that is, Carson McCullers' stories are different from Flannery O'Connor's. As you can see, we have arranged the sentence, eliminating this part of the previous sentence. And now we are using the possessive case to not overuse the words. And now we have a shorter sentence and the meaning is also complete.
Okay, now we are going to see eliminate needless words. Okay, the first example is wordy. The sentence that is wordy is, the grass was like a carpet. It covered the whole playground. The color of the grass was green-blue. Here we have 3 independent clauses, which each of them has different meanings. But in the concise version, we can reduce the words and we can omit or eliminate the needless words. For example, the concise version is, a carpet of green-blue grass covered the whole playground. In the wordy sentence, we have these adjectives that are the color of the grass. And we, in the concise version, we turn it into adjectives that are modifying grass. Now, is comparing the grass like a carpet. And now we turn the carpet right here into the subject, and which is a carpet of green-blue grass. And then we took the verb covered and we said that it covered the whole playground. So in the concise version, we have a sentence that is shorter, and also by doing this, we cannot confuse the reader.
Hello, I'm going to explain to you how to eliminate needless repetition by using pronouns. Instead of writing the same subject or noun, you can use some pronouns that are going to help you a lot. And now I'm going to explain to you an example. Here I have an example of that, and I'm going to explain to you. The hall outside these offices was empty. The hall had dirty floors, and the walls of this corridor were full of gaudy portraits. Here I have the revised version, that is, the hall outside these offices was empty. It had dirty floors, and its walls were full of gaudy portraits. So as you can see, here I use a pronoun instead of write the whole that is the subject. Now I'm going to explain to you how to eliminate needless repetition by using elliptical construction. Elliptical construction are going to help us a lot because we are not going to write like the same construction
And without that, we are going to understand the meaning. For example, the needless sentence is: prosperity is the goal for some people, fame is the goal for others, and complete independence is the goal for still others. In the revised version, we have: prosperity is the goal for some people, fame for others, and complete independence for still others. Here, even though we don't have the same construction that is the goal, we are going to understand that the meaning is the same, that fame is the goal for others and independence is for others.
Hi everyone, now I am going to talk about needless repetition. I am going to read you an example. His uncle is not like her uncle. Her uncle takes more chances. As you can see, we are repeating a lot of times the word uncle. Uncle, uncle, and uncle. And if you want to understand this sentence, maybe you tend to confuse yourself. Why? Because maybe you don't know whose uncle the writer is referring to. For that reason, in the revised version, I write, his uncle is not like hers. Hers takes more chances. As you can see, we are using the possessive pronoun that is hers. And when we use the possessive pronoun that is hers, we are referring to her uncle. And the reader is not going to confuse because the reader is going to know that hers referring to her uncle. And like this, hers referring to her uncle.
Hi everyone, now we are going to continue learning some things. When we are writing, we sometimes commit the mistakes of overloading our sentences with too much phrases, as we could see here. I think that Miriam should take this problem in a serious way. We have here a prepositional phrase, this one, that we can easily take out and write in lieu of this an adverb, like this one. When we do this, we make our sentences more attractive to the readers. And this is pretty important because if we tend to overload our sentences with unnecessary prepositional phrases, we are going to make that our readers get bored. Now, this is more attractive. I think that Miriam should take this problem seriously. We sometimes tend to write some clauses which we could easily replace for an adjective. Like in this case, we have teachers who really know their particular field. This is an adjective clause that we can easily replace only writing an adjective. As we can see here in the concise, expert teachers are able to teach whoever student. In that way, we are not overloading our sentences with too much phrases too. We sometimes write some phrases that we can easily replace by only a word. Like in this case, at this point in time, we can replace this one by now. We hope that you have learned a lot with us, and thank you so much for watching. When we can arrange them, we are going to be able to convey a better meaning to our readers. We hope that you have